the way men and women are raised in the United States. And, we could talk for hours and hours about the differences in the way we're brought up. But just briefly, when you're talking about expressing feelings, my mind starts getting very active and things jump in like the phrase break down. Do you ever hear a guy's crying on TV and maybe one of his comrades died in Afghanistan or maybe his mom died or something like that, and they use the phrase he broke down on TV.
Yes.
That breaking down is a normal expression of grief and mourning, but it's given that very negative label, for example.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And I can think of millions of examples like that, but I remember when I was a kid, John Wayne in one movie said, "Don't apologize, it's a sign of weakness." But I think many mature adults will agree that apologizing sincerely is a sign of strength. And all during our lives, men and women are taught how they should behave, what kind of cars they should have, what kind of pets they should have, what kind of colors they should wear, and basically how they should express or not express their emotions.
Yes.
And I think most of us know that that's a given. But I read a book about 30 years ago, The Hazards of Being Male by Herb Goldberg, and he expressed very clearly all the negative consequences for men in American culture of being brought up like that. And certainly, a lot of men would disagree with me, but when you repress feelings of grief, sadness, loneliness, those things go somewhere. Mm-hmm. And sometimes for us men, they come out in violence, they come out in drug and alcohol abuse. So this is, I think, a difficult culture to be a man or a woman. Most recently, abuse of women is being highlighted in the media, especially with the sexuality issues. But this is, again, a difficult environment for men to grow up emotionally healthy.
Right.
And when you look at the question you just asked is, what are ways that men can express their feelings and feel comfortable? I'm really optimistic. Mm-hmm. I see more of the younger men, some of the millennials, being more upfront with their communication about things they're concerned about. And their communications are with their partners and even with their friends. So sometimes getting a peer group of other men and other women who are very pro self-disclosure and pro being honest and direct about your feelings is often helpful. Also, having a mentor, someone older, that you can talk to about these personal issues is also, I think, really a good tool. And obviously I can go on and on about how important I think it is for men to express these types of feelings. But, you get the general idea.
Well, I think, yes, and those are great tips. I think also, too, though, recognizing, because if they don't really see it's a problem, say unless they're dating somebody, right, or somebody tells them, like, I really would like it if you told me X, Y, Z. Like, people don't always talk about that stuff, like, with each other, like, maybe give me some language that I can talk, like, makes it easier to talk to you, or I want you to share, like, who's doing that? So if we grew up like learning about relationships and conflict resolution skills, right? And all this sort of stuff. So I think maybe that's part of the life path. Like they just have to go along and then have the conflicts and the problems to learn to say, hey, okay, maybe I need to work on that or not.
Yeah.